Hello everyone, this is Spyrichi, and in today's video I am going to show you how to install FTL Multiverse. Multiverse is the most popular overhaul mod for FTL, and it is a little bit more difficult to install than most other mods where you just need to download Slipstream and then put your mods in the mods folder. So if you didn't understand the instructions on the mod page or just don't like reading, this is the video for you. Okay, so there are two ways to install Multiverse. So begin by coming to the Multiverse mod page, which will be in the description below, and then scroll down until you find download. And there are two ways to install it. There's using the installer or using the files, which requires using Slipstream. I will begin by showing you how to do it with the installer. So download that. I already have it downloaded, so I'll just run it. And when you run it, Windows will pop up asking if you want to allow an app from an unknown publisher to make changes. And just hit yes. If that is not available by default, then you have to hit show more info and then run anyway. And it might take a little bit, but the wizard will come up. And then here you can continue through the process. It should automatically detect where your installation is. If it isn't, you'll have to find it on your own. And then next. And here is selecting what you want to install. By default, it just has the core mod. But if you like to install any add-ons that they have here, you can check those too. And then you can hit next, and then next, and I'm not going to have it create a desktop shortcut, and then you can install it. And once it's finished, you can launch it. And as you can see, everything is working immediately with no trouble. And this works pretty well if you just want to play the base mod and any official add-ons. But if you'd like to play any unofficial add-ons, such as Forge Master or BIOS Fleet, then you will have to use the manual installation. And in order to uninstall, you have to open the start menu, and there will be a folder called Multiverse, and you have to choose uninstall Multiverse, and it'll bring up Windows again, and then you can hit yes, and everything will work correctly and immediately. This next part of the video requires you to have Slipstream Mod Manager installed. If you do not already have it set up, then it is really simple. Just go to the forum page, link in the description below, and then download it, extract it, and then run the exe or jar file and tell it where your FTL data file is. Next, if you would like to install any unofficial add-ons, you will need to download the raw files. So download the assets and data files. And I already have those. So next thing you need to do is put those in your mods folder of Slipstream, and then you can run it. And you have to make sure that under file preferences, allow zip is turned on, so that way Slipstream can see the zip files, since Multiverse uses zip files instead of the normal FTL files. And then you have to make sure that your order is set up correctly. So assets on top, then data, then any official mods, and then any unofficial mods, and then any of your own stuff if you made that. So in this case, I'm just going to use these and hit patch. And then once that's done, I'm going to hit no, because we have one more thing to do. Okay, and close Slipstream. Next thing we need to do is add Hyperspace. You can install Hyperspace. There's a link here, and I'll put one in the description. You have to come to their mod page, and then you have to come to this GitHub link here, since the version that Multiverse uses is 1.2.2, which is before the newest version and is not included in these versions here. So you have to copy that, put the link in a new page, and scroll down to 1.2.2, open up assets, and then install the zip and extract it. I already have it installed, so we can just come into our extracted files, Windows, and then you will need to copy all of these files, which Control-C or right-click copy. And you'll have to copy all of these into your FTL folder, which can be found by opening your game library you install it from, and somewhere there should be an option to browse local files. And then you have to paste all of these and run the downgrade.batch file. And the reason for doing this is because Hyperspace uses a slightly older version than what the current version of FTL is, and you will only be missing out on Japanese translation and Steam achievements, so it isn't too big of a deal. And then once you have done that, everything should work correctly if you open up Fast and Light. As you can see, everything is working correctly, and if you get a black screen or an error, make sure you follow the steps correctly. And as you can see, everything works just correctly. So then, if you want to uninstall Multiverse, you will first need to move the Hyperspace DLL file out of your Faster Than Light folder, which I just like to create a new folder in here called Hyperspace, and move the Hyperspace DLL into here. And the reason we have to do this is because otherwise the Hyperspace DLL file is looking for the Hyperspace FTL file, which also comes in the Hyperspace folder, but Multiverse does not need it, so we do not have to patch that in. And once you have that removed, then we can open up Slipstream again and make sure no mods are selected and hit patch, and that will restore the vanilla game. And as you can see, everything is working. If you get an error, do make sure that you moved the DLL file from your FTL folder and not just copied it. But once you've done that, you have now uninstalled it and can play vanilla or with a different mod pack. And that was how to install FTL Multiverse. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing.